5 remaining escapees from Orleans Parish Jail may reach beyond the metro area. Chief Ann Kirkpatrick says investigators believe 3 are nearby, but the other 2 may have bolted. Good evening, I'm John Snell.
And I'm Meg Gatto. On the 7th day of the manhunt, police are just now processing evidence at the scene of the escape.
Chris Welty reports that the district attorney says that time is of the essence to make sure that no evidence is destroyed.
John, Meg, Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams really questions why Sheriff Susan Hudson did not call in the NOPD crime lab sooner.
The NOPD crime lab carrying evidence bags out of the Orleans Parish Justice Center nearly 1 week after the brazen escape. Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams and crime lab technicians focusing on the pod and the route 10 violent offenders used toward freedom.
We have been in that corridor of that cell behind that toilet, processing all of that area for everything that we would need in court to prove a case.
Everything from fingerprints to other DNA that is typically collected at a normal crime scene. Williams maintains Sheriff Susan Hudson failed to request the crime lab to gather as much forensic evidence as possible.
We have to make sure that we are focusing on this crime scene, the destruction of those bars, that toilet, who could have assisted these individuals in getting out, whether they were in a uniform or not in a uniform. And obviously fingerprints, DNA, these pieces of evidence tell a story. And that's the type of evidence that a jury is going to be looking for when it's time to hold somebody accountable. And we need to make sure we're holding the right people accountable.
Williams confirmed his office issued subpoenas to Sheriff Hudson and her staff.
We're just doing our job. We're just collecting as much information and evidence as we can so that we can figure out who all is involved in this.
And that's looking at all text messages, communications, etc., correct?
I'm not speaking to that.
The DA's office sent letters to the sheriff in part asking that she and all employees and contractors at the jail submit voluntary DNA samples.
Asking that rolls, logs, surveillance footage, all documentation of the operations of the sheriff's office, anything that was memorialized is preserved from April 1st until yesterday.
Williams says law enforcement is working leads around the clock in hopes of recapturing the remaining escapees.
And we reached out to the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office asking about the crime lab's presence as well as the subpoenas. So far, we have not heard back. Reporting live in New Orleans, Chris Welty, Fox 8 Local First.